Hey, Steve Mignotta here at the JoHan Fortress in Massachusetts with yet more JoHan Turbine Car and JoHan trivia and facts and history. Of course, the JoHan Turbine Car came out in 1965 or so. A very detailed kit, a beautiful kit, kind of frustrating to build. Opening doors, opening trunk, highly detailed engine. The seats even fold, kind of cool. But years later, JoHan came up with this thing, the Snap Kit, the Easy Build, and here's one I bought on eBay, still factory sealed. So let's play like Al Capone or Geraldo Rivera and open up Al Capone's vault on live YouTube, and let's open it up right here. Slice with the X-Acto here. Don't take the fingers off, don't get blood. The blood donor is not here yet. The Bloodmobile coming around the corner, not yet. Here we go. Gravity is the enemy, it always wins. And let's see, slice on this mofo and pull here. There we go. And it's funny, you can tell an original factory sealed JoHan because it's cellophane. It's not like a more expensive plywood. This is cellophane. So somebody's going, a librarian, a historian is freaking out because I'm destroying the original vacuum. So what I'll probably do is put this on eBay and sell it if somebody wants to restore an old JoHan cellophane kit. Oops. Okay, so anyway, the JoHan Easy Build. And here's the thing on the JoHan turbine cars, which could be molded in many different colors. I've seen a green one, another video today we made, a green one. I've seen red, seen white. Haven't seen a yellow one or a blue one, but let's find out what's in this. This is an easy build. With that said, see here on the side it says different levels of effort, easy, simple, difficult, etc. This is the simple one, the easy build skill level 1. So let's pop the box open. Now it's shown on the car in sort of the turbine bronze. Is it molded in bronze? Well, let's pop this open and see. Okay, molded in white plastic, and again, greatly simplified. It's a snap-together kit. There's no glue required at all. And simplified chassis, the underside with the 8 3/4, all the good stuff. And the actual kit is nice. It's rendered here in one piece, like a JoHan promotional chassis. Nice kit. Doors are molded shut. The trunk and the hood molded shut. The grille is still very attractive. It's a good looking piece. The plastic is decent. Even on the front of the grille, the Chrysler Engineering right there, you can see the Chrysler Corporation, the logo right there, the license plate. And on the back, same here, Chrysler Corporation right there in the back of that thing. It's probably upside down, but still there. The wheels are the turbine car wheels, but different, modified a little bit to accept the press-on axles. And the turbine car tires, which are really good, are still in the kit. These are Goodyears, and the white lines or the white walls are deleted in the Easy Builder kit. The same rubber, same great little model or toy replica, but again, the white walls that are seen in the original kit are not here. But one thing that's kind of cool, you don't see in any other one, is these decals right here. And there's an Elvis Presley movie that utilized a turbine car, a white turbine car, the only one built. And these are decals for the Elvis Presley movie right here. Brick wall, Babrensky, and you can glue these on. And these are actually water slides, so they're not stick-on. So they a little bit of effort required. It's not exactly snap-on or snap-together stuff. But with that said, a nice little replica of the turbine car molded in white plastic. And again, the Easy Builder made it easy for people to assemble these things, kids and adults like me. So going further, the Easy Build was also utilized here. We have, this is the Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and this is also an Easy Build snap-together kit. You can see right here on the back of the box, JoHan utilized every inch of space here. Instead of having a paper instruction sheet, it was printed on the box right there in the bottom. And on the side of the box, here's a little promo of other cars you could get from the JoHan series, the Torino, an AMX, and I believe what else do we have here? An Olds Cutlass, and an Eldorado here, not just a Coupe de Ville, so kind of cool. These are also Easy Builders, snap-together cars. So with that said, the snap-together, the Easy Build right here's a Torino. Eddie Wentworth donated or loaned this to the video. Kind of cool. We look at it and you can see the underside is molded in one piece, and kind of cool to see it has single exhaust, which means it's a 302 car, maybe a 351, and the grille and everything like that's molded quite nicely. It's a nice little model. It's a curbside. Again, it's like a promo. And inside, full interior. Now, here's the thing. JoHan was very good at making one part do many different jobs and one kit do different jobs. So this thing was also released as the Torino Oval Track Racer, a whole different critter. In some ways, the body was very similar, but not the same. And on the side here, you can see the inside, no bucket seats, a stripped-out NASCAR-type race interior. And on the other side, we see this is a great model. The separate frame is rendered as a separate item. Very much Revell back before Revell was doing this kind of stuff. And the box art is beautiful on this thing. It's an illustration. I wonder where that illustration is. I hope it wasn't on the JoHan offices and wound up in a dumpster somewhere. We'll find out. We won't find out. We probably never will. But again, this is something, these came along like in the early 70s and very popular. And of course, the engine of this thing is a Boss 429, which was it was correct for these things to like 71. And then the Boss 9 was legislated out of existence. NASCAR made everybody run smaller engines, and the big Hemis were pretty much gone. But that's shown in this. Now, here's the thing that's kind of cool. The curbside here has the Torino GT, or GT Sport, I should say, the Torino Sport hood with the sort of full ram air. Well, the NASCAR kit has a flat hood. So I was a coin collector for a while when I was a kid. We call this a die variety. But here we have the NASCAR hood, which is correct because the NASCAR guys didn't need a hood scoop, wasn't allowed to use it. And the grill right here, the void for it, is present, and it snaps right in. You know, the same basic grill is used. But one thing that's kind of cool is on the NASCAR vehicle, the quick fuel, the filler right here, there's a hole in the body, whereas on the Promo, it actually has a gas cap right there. So kind of a weird little thing where, one body shell tool would be used for a couple different kits with slight tune-ups and touch-ups to make it appropriate. And getting back to the Torino Oval Track Racer, here's the frame. I mean, that's beautiful. Really quite nice. And the frame, the front suspension, rear suspension, leaf springs, rear axle, it's all there. And pretty well rendered. Here's the instructions, nicely done, JoHan stuff, nice illustrations right there. And then inside, of course, the chrome is quite nice. But here's the thing. The grill on this thing is a Torino GT type grill, but here's the block off for the NASCAR Racer. You can see it's similar. It's the same basic piece as used in the curbside, but this block off thing right here would make it a NASCAR special or a specific thing. And inside, of course, the JoHan parts tree thing was gone by this point in time. These things are laid in here loose, which is fine. And here's the Boss 429 engine right here with cylinder detail. And here's the racing bucket seat right there. The window straps, so the windows, when they break, if they break, they don't fly out of the car and don't come out at speed. And the fuel cell. So all these things are very nicely rendered. The 4-barrel intake manifold right there, correct for NASCAR. Even a Dominator 4-barrel carburetor, again, correct for NASCAR. The rear axle and the front suspension. And again, high level of detail for JoHan when they were sort of on their way out. This tool came along in 1971 or 72, I think it was. This thing came along. It was very popular with kids and, a good model. And just shows that JoHan would utilize the same basic tool as many times as they could, whether it was the AMX or the Eldorado or the Cutlass is a nice one. I always kind of wish the Cutlass could come out as a Olds 442 and Eddie Wentworth will buy one of these if they come out, but it won't happen because JoHan is pretty much on the rocks. They will never come back unless somebody gets the tooling somehow. An original kit, clones it, scans it, makes plastic. We'll see. I have to say that these kits right here on eBay go for between $200 and $800, depending on what you're looking at. So with that said, there's a demand for these things. I'm sure that when there's a demand, there can be a supply. If there's a profit motive, I would hope that somebody at some point will take the reins and revive JoHan in some way, shape, or form. So now we know how JoHan utilized one tool for different purposes. Thanks for watching.